Pittsburgh put out so much and so much money to accomplish this road. I think it was the date, I have it again, Kate, it was in 1968 when the ordinance of Pittsburgh was proposed to make Joplin a thoroughfare. We have spent millions of dollars on Joplin Street because we had to access other things to make Joplin a thoroughfare. It was to promote the southern sector of town and promote its growth. And my God, how it has grown. Since then, the mall has been built. Ron's built a new grocery store. A bank has been built. 2 beautiful churches are there. Nursing homes are there. A hospital is there. All of that wasn't there in 1968 when Joplin made a thoroughfare. Some towns would absolutely hang by their ceilings, by their toes, if they could have a beautiful 4-lane road all the way to Jefferson Street. It is one beautiful road. Pittsburgh should really take and promote that road and make it more beautiful than what it is. Everyone here, I know, supports the college. I know most everybody here. They are 100% for the university. By the way, it is now a university. Then it was a college. So it's become a university since Joplin went through. Not necessarily because of Joplin, but that's happened since then because it became accessible. And when you isolate a person, they go inward and cause trouble. And I think, Mr. Bryant, if you will be honest with us, the part of safety you were talking about is things that might have happened at Virginia Tech. Am I correct? In some sense?
Safety anywhere on our campus is
Right,
important.
okay. You know, if a person is isolated and you can't, they do go inward and do crazy, dumb things. And as long as we are open to them, to the students, they're going to be open to us. And so therefore, that's what I wanted to tell you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I've got something to add that hasn't been said, so I'm going to say it.
Your name, sir?
Dennis Burns, 124 East Carlton
Thank you.
Street. I'm unfortunately down there where I live between Carlton and Williams. I have my access to my house is through the alley because my one-way street, I don't have a front driveway. When they were working on the stadium and did that road closure, the traffic through our alley, this is why the whole traffic study is flawed, because you didn't put strips down those alleys that run between those streets. The traffic down my alley was so bad, which is bad enough anyway. We can't hardly get down the alley to get to the garage to get home because we have to meet cars coming the other way all the time. But it was so bad, we had to get over 5 or 6 times just to make it 3/4 of a block down this alley. And the kids, we just let them run out in the backyard because we were afraid they were going to get run over. I have at the time he was 3, but I have a 4-year-old, and up to age 12, I have 3 kids. And when that was closed off, the traffic just increased tenfold down our alleyway. So I wanted that to be put out there too, because it'll happen every day, when that road's closed. Because those kids will buzz from well, they happen to have a big parking lot now there, so they come from Broadway down that alley between Williams and Carlton. To that, and they come from the other way, and then they cut all the way through too. Now I don't know why they won't use one street going the other direction, but they don't. College punks.
Thank you.
Which I'm a former college punk there too. I went there. Graduated.
Okay. How about you, Mr. Ortiz?
Yes. One more thing to add, and then I'll shut up. Pittsburg State University is going to expand no matter what. And Joplin Street is still going to be there. They're still going to expand. So why just leave it open?
Comment again, I'm the one back on 706 Normal Street, there is such a thing. And I wanted to tell you, we were so thrilled when PSU announced that there would be a performing arts facility sometime down the road. I was thinking of that when you were talking, because you always have to think down the road, at Ford and Homer. Well, what happens if there is no access on Joplin Street? And again, I'm the one that commented on the traffic, the concentration and intensity of traffic. that's not here now, but we know that's gonna be there. And that is another concern of ours.
Anybody else? Yes, ma'am.
My name is Suzanne Lindsay, 704 East 20th, and I drive north and south on Joplin every day. I park on Joplin. I walk into my building, Yates Hall, where I work on campus. For 15 years, I've never hit a student. I've never been hit. Every day. And I just want to say, I was really disappointed when I saw this picture in Collegia and saw that it's not the whole block that is going to be blocked, but just right in front of the stage. The crosswalks where the students walk are still open. There's parking there, there's turnouts. Where students cross is not protected from traffic. It'll be less traffic, but it is not. You have that?
One more thing I would like to add. You mentioned before when someone had mentioned putting walks over the street, and you said that was expensive.
Well, not only they're expensive, but a lot of the students avoid them, don't use them.
They will if you put a 6-foot chain link fence 2 blocks down. They won't walk around it. I guarantee you that.
But I've seen you do that. I've seen
And
you
I
do
don't
those
think
other
that that's the
times.
responsibility of the taxpayers of Pittsburgh. Pitt State, if they're concerned about their students and the safety of their students, that's something that they can pull out of their coffers and pay for that.
Okay, good point.
How much is that gonna cost?
Sure.
I have a question. This is a question for you. My name is Sam Hubbard, and I live on Novi Street. The gentleman at the beginning of your meeting read an ordinance from the state of Kansas. Can you read that again? He said something that the rules for vacating a street has to follow certain criteria. What were the
That
criteria
205,
again?
that thing you read at the beginning. You might
Yes.
wanna refer to that again.
I want you to read it again, and because one of the criteria was met because there was more people against something than for it, and by that alone makes that criteria, you can't meet the criteria. Is that correct? Am I reading, if I understood that criteria correctly when you read it, that it says inconveniences one person?
There is
Inconvenience
no
is a
one
group?
person.
Huh? It says inconvenience a group of people or one person? Is that what it
Here you
does
go.
say?
Determines from the proofs and evidence presented that due and legal notice has been given by publication, that no private rights will be injured or endangered by such vacation or exclusion, that the public will suffer no loss or inconvenience thereby,
There it is, right there.
for, and that in justice to the petitioner or petitioners and prayer of the petition ought to be granted. The governing body shall order that such vacation or exclusion or both be made.
Okay, but doesn't that meet one of the criteria that you, because it does inconvenience the public, then you cannot close that road because you can't meet that criteria? Isn't that what I'm reading? Am I understand that correctly? Do
You
I
know-
understand it correctly?
You know, I present the information, sir.
That's a walk.
I'm asking a board question. Does not that meet that criteria that you cannot close it because it inconveniences the citizens of Pittsburgh, citizens of Pittsburgh?
That's what we're here to consider.
So we're here to consider.
Okay, but doesn't that fit that criteria, or am I wrong?
Good point.
Okay.
Anybody else, sir?
He got his master's.
Did we
at
get the,
PSU.
I'm afraid also if we were gonna close it, we're getting the cart before the horse. I read the other day where Quincy's gonna be widened, and,
Oh, yeah, that's good.